Partnerships and franchises. A partnership is a business organization owned by two or more people. The partners must agree on how profits are and responsibilities are going to be divided. The most common type of partnership is a general partnership in which all partners share equally, both in responsibility and liability. So if I might decide to take on a partner at my taco truck to open that second branch, we share equally in profits and equally in liability. In a limited partnership, only one of the partners is the general partner, and that partner has control over the business and unlimited personal liability for the firm's actions. So, in a limited partnership, you have a general partner, they're running the business. The limited partner, all they do is invest some money, and all they can lose is what they invest. I'm a limited partner in a friend's company. He does, I'm not really sure what he does. It has to do with trade documents for bringing import and export stuff in and out of the country. So I don't run his company, but I own part of it. Okay, so I'm a limited partner. If the company goes under, all I can lose is what I invested. If he sells the company, I own a certain percentage of the company, so I would get that percentage of the sale back to me. Yes?
So the limited partner doesn't have any liabilities or anything?
Only what he invested. Only what he or she invested. Only the money that they put in there. But, as you'll see, well, I think it'll say later, they don't have any say. I don't have any say on how that business is run. I'm investing just in him and the business that he's going to do well. When he sells it, I get that percentage of ownership back. Why might a limited partnership have a greater ability to raise capital than a general partnership? Why would I rather be a limited partner than a general partner in his company? What's an advantage of being a limited partner?
You don't have to do stuff.
I don't have to do anything. That can be a disadvantage. I don't get to say how the company's going to be run. But if he shuts down because he's $10 million in debt, I don't have any of that liability. None of that's on me. All I lose is the $20 I gave him, or $200 or whatever.
Can you cash out if you see that their business is declining?
It depends if they're willing to. That you have to come to an agreement. So he has to be willing to buy you out, right? So there's actually, I invested in this company like 15 years ago, and it was just a kind of throwaway money. Hey, if it goes well and he hits a home run and he sells it for 10 times the amount I invested, I get 10 times the money back. But if it goes under, it goes under. That money's gone from me. So you asked what?
Or can you choose
So some of the people that invested 15 years ago want out. So he's offering to buy them out for the amount they invested. So yes, and yes, if the other guy, if everyone agrees. Other limited partners contribute only money and can only invest their initial investment. The limited liability partnership, all partners are limited partners and are shielded from personal liability in certain situations. So Weston and I, and we'll just say Tyler, are all going to open up a top chain of taco trucks together. We form a limited liability corporation or partnership, and that means if we go under and go bankrupt, most of the time we just walk away. We get to just walk away. Okay, but there's a lot more rules to that too. What does a partner in a limited liability partnership have that a limited partner in a limited partnership doesn't have? Protection from liability, basically. You're not liable. And a limited liability partnership, you get to help run the company. Although partnerships have advantages of being easy and inexpensive to start up, most experts advise partners to work with an attorney to develop the articles of partnership. Tyler and Wes and I get along great, but once we start this company, we might not get along so good. So you're going to want to have a legal document that says, who's responsible for what, who's in charge of who, what's the hierarchy, what's the payouts, you want everything kind of written. This legal document describes each partner's rights and responsibility. Another advantage of a partnership is responsibilities shared. In a successful partnership, each partner brings different strengths and skills to the business. That part's really important. And not just in business, but in life. Okay? My wife and I have been married almost, I don't know how many years, more than 10. I know I'm about a 10-year gap, but we've been together for about 15 years. And I'm probably, as you could guess, not the easiest guy to be married to, right? I don't take a lot of things serious. I'm like very, hey, just roll with it. It's all good. She, on the other hand, is a little bit more organized, a little bit more structured, a little bit more, hey, we need to talk about this. It's kind of important. Sometimes she gets overstressed about things we don't need to be stressed about. Her strengths are my weaknesses. My weaknesses are her strengths. That's what you want to find with a business partner. Like I feel like if I ran a business, I'd have a great idea with a vision, like how to get it popular, how to get it going. I wouldn't be good with the day-to-day handling the bills, the payroll, the taxes. Like that's not my strength. My wife would be really good at that. But then I don't think we would work well together in a job either. It's just our personalities are a little bit too different, right? Our philosophies on how we see things are different, but we're yin and yang. So you really want yin and yang in a business relationship, and I think in a personal relationship as well. Enough Dr. Phil. Why would someone be willing to share the economic right of business ownership by owning a general partnership? Again, that's just basically to reduce your liability. To reduce my liability, I want to bring someone in that I can work with. Each partner, in addition, each partner's assets or monies and other values improve the partnership's ability to borrow funds for operations. So if I'm opening my taco truck and I want to buy another one, I got to get a loan. All they're going to do is look at my assets, right, to see if I qualify for a loan. But if there's three of us and we're combining all of our assets, like willing to, put our house on the line. Now we have three houses that we're putting on the line. We're putting all our assets together. It's easier to get a loan. It's easier to get access to capital. Those who have money, it's really easy to get money. If you don't have any money, it's hard to get more money. It's hard to borrow money. Okay? Partnerships also have disadvantages. Each general partner is responsible for the acts of other partners. So if the three of us set up our taco trucks as general partners and we're on the hook for everything together, but we get all the profits right together, and all of a sudden I develop a bad gambling habit, and I start dipping in to the company funds to pay off my bookie, right? And we end up like owing several $100,000 out of the business. Those guys are on the hook for it.
That's a personal story.
No. Other way, I want all the money. No, I'm just kidding. That's why I'm a teacher. Unless the partnership is an LLP, at least one partner has to have unlimited liability. One person has to be on the hook for all of it. Like sole proprietors, general partners can lose their own personal property in repaying firms' debts. Another potential problem is conflict. They need to be come to an agreement about business goals and philosophies. You got to work together. You got to figure out, what's the philosophy behind it all. Okay, a franchise is a semi-independent business that pays fees to a parent company. In return, the franchise owners gets the exclusive right to sell a product or service in a given area. These are all franchises right here, right? You can go out and buy one of these. What's the most successful franchise in Lakeway, BK?
McDonald's.
No. Where's the lines longer at McDonald's?
Wendy's.
Raising Cane.
Chick-fil-A, dude. You go buy Chick-fil-A anytime between 11 and 1 and 4, 4:30 and 7. It's a madhouse there. Those guys are making money hand over fist. That's a very successful franchise. It's also a franchise that's very hard to buy. They don't let anybody with however much money come in and buy a franchise. You have to work for them for a few years. At other franchisees, you have to be of a certain moral character. I fail. You have to be willing to not work on Sundays. Like Chick-fil-A closes like 1/7 of the days of the week. They're not even open for business. That's a minimum 14% of their sales. They just throw away because they feel like you should hang out with your family. I don't get it, but it's good for them. Yeah, so all these franchises, you get the right to sell a product in a given area. The parent company develops the products, the business systems, and they help you produce and sell your products. For a small business owner, a franchise has the advantage of having a built-in reputation. That Chick-fil-A was packed from the day it started. People couldn't wait for the Chick-fil-A to open. Other advantages may include training, support, financing. However, you got to give up some of your freedom if you own the franchise, right? If I own the Chick-fil-A, I don't get to serve burgers, right? I don't get to choose that. I don't get to choose certain menu things. That's it. You guys have the rest of the period. I'm not giving you an extra assignment. It's the first day. The calendars aren't in from the printer yet. We'll get them next time, but it is posted. Everything's
I got one and I did it on the wrong. Can I have